Hey, what's up, guys? Back from the deck profile here. Now, you guys know all about the ice barrier and stuff. I've had a lot of the homies reach out for ice barrier. Shout out Jared, love you, brother. But I was mainly picking it up, and then I was like, yo, I want Grant to have it first because he expressed the interest in it, and he was testing it and stuff. And I was very, very happy and very proud of how he was doing with it. So I definitely wanted to showcase this. I think there's a lot to be explored, and he's explored a lot of it. So I would definitely, if you want to enjoy this kind of deck, at least listen to this. So go on with it, brother.
I appreciate you, man.
Absolutely,
Appreciate you having me on as always.
Absolutely, dude.
So Ice Bear, we're playing 42 in the main. We'll start off with 3 Revealer. This is the main starter of the deck. This is what's going to get you access to your tuners.
Card's crazy.
I mean, the discard is actually really, really good in this deck. And the effect that most people don't know is once you use it once, if you get it for follow-up again, which is very likely, that in order to use its effect again, you can actually banish the other copy of Revealer, and you don't have to discard. So on the follow-up, you're actually getting more card advantage by not having to use the discard. Or you still can if you have something that goes along with it.
This is why we had him on, because he's shown us the tips, because I didn't even know that.
So really, really good. Really, really good card. Came out in the structure decks. I think it's about $7 right now.
Broke.
So I would definitely go because once this starts to kind of gain more attention and more hype, this card's going to go up significantly.
Absolutely.
Then you have the main extender of the deck, which is Speaker. You really just want to use this to get into your Bahamut plays, but you also want to be able to get this on the field because with the new synchroing and the new level 2, it spits out tokens, and this, when you banish it, makes a token. So it's not only an extender on the board, but when it goes to grave, it can make a token as well. So that's very useful for the deck. The new card, we play 3 Mirror Mage. This card is just absolutely insane. This card is broken. If it's sent to the graveyard, it adds any Ice Barrier card from the deck. That's right, any card. Insane. Sadly, we're not playing it in this deck, but we will be exploring a Sprite build as well.
We will, and you'll be back on the channel for that.
XD, hopefully.
XD.
And then the big thing is you're tributing an effect monster, and it spits out 3 tokens. And however many tokens that you spit out, it gains that number of levels. So instantaneously, you're able just to make a level 8 synchro flat out. But obviously, with other plays, you're able to do a lot, and that's where the flexibility of the deck comes into play. And you're getting into those draw 4 plays. And really setting up for big boards. 2 Georges. I tested 3. It bricked a little bit too much, so I went with 2.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Two is really solid, I feel. This card is broken. It's a Walking Abyss Dweller.
Yeah.
Just to start off, if you control another Ice Bear. If you control another Ice Bear, it's a level 6 tuner. So you can summon itself if you control another Ice Bear, and then when it's summoned, it summons one from grave. So it's immediately just setting up plays. Again, more synchro plays. Very, very good card. And again, Walking Abyss Dweller. It's something that you can spit out with the big guy as well if you end up feeling like that's better for your matchup.
Yeah, but you don't want to break on it, right? With the the 2 of right.
Built-in floodgates into the deck is what is really crazy about this. And with all the floodgates hit, like being able just to spin them out whenever you want to your advantage is crazy. Hexa. I've actually debated playing 3 of this card. This card, in fact, is a 1-card starter for the whole deck. And so it's very interesting if you would want to go that route. You would need to play an Almirage in the extra. You would need to, or an Anima. But this card is really, really neat. I just realized it'd have to be Almirage, but because it'll change its level.
You play 1 for 1?
I do play 1 for 1
okay.
because you can just turbo this out and again get your plays
100%.
going. Also, at times, if you just get Neptibus, you can just spit out the
that
Neptibus as
card
well,
too.
which is also insane.
But
this card's really good. Yeah, it dumps any level 3 or lower Ice Barrier monster, and then this becomes the level, aka you can dump Mirror from deck and then trigger Mirror to search any card. We do play the 2 big floodgates, which are the Warlock and the General Rao.
Dude, the General, dude.
This card is insane.
Yeah,
it's insane.
This card I used to play in Pendulums in the side.
I put this up up against my brother Chuck the other day, and he had full Chimera board, Melodious, he had Appaloosa, he had everything set up, man. And I was able to get access to Rao, and I won the game because every single time he had to resolve anything, he just had to discard, or it was negated. Right. So when he ran out of cards, even though he didn't run out of board, his whole board's negated.
There's nothing happening.
The whole board is negated.
You just play for free.
It's this card is so insane.
Yeah.
Any way to get this card out is just, you will most likely win the game. And then this is a walking anti-spell for, you know,
Okay.
just in case.
And he spells in one for a reason, eh?
Yeah. Cards, yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah, I love this
Is that
deck.
3 Rode?
Yeah. And then you have sort of the spell. You got 3 medallion, non-once per turn. Add any ice barrier monster from the deck.
Now I gotta ask you like that art or you like the alt art?
I'm torn.
Me
I
too.
really
Me
like
too.
the original in the Ultra.
Yeah.
However, the alt art is pretty nice. It's
It is.
pretty cool.
I only pulled 2 out
I
of
just don't
6
necessarily
boxes.
know how the
alt
alt art relates more to the ice barrier as opposed to this.
Yeah.
And obviously, this is just a big ass medallion.
It's
so
more
it's like
dress wearing, I guess.
yeah, very very true. Big, very large medallion. Oh lord, we're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna get into that. Then we got 2 chains. Again, the reason I don't play 3.
Shout out.
The reason I don't play 3 is because it bricks very much so, and I feel like the card is very just good at 2. It sits on the board. You can't really have ways to get rid of it, and so it's just one of those cards that I would rather just play at 2. And if you open it, it's great, but you don't want to have 2. You can only activate once per turn. So the deck is full of just once per turn cards.
Yeah.
So that's what you have to be wary of and keep your mind on proactively while you're playing the deck and going through lines.
It also takes attention away from like what you're doing, like with that, right?
It does. It
Yeah,
does because
whether
people
your opponent's
immediately.
Like, I need to get rid of that.
For
and
anyone
you're
that's
like,
watched any of the combos online, they think you're almost always going to go for Mirror Mage.
Right.
And so when you get other things, they're like, oh yeah, that's fine. And then not realizing that that's coordinating with things in your hand or setting up plays again to go into to level 10 synchro plays.
broken.
We do play 1 wins. This card's very good at 1. I see people play 2, and you're going to brick on it, and it's just good at 1
Yeah.
because you use it if you need it.
It's also search.
And then it is searchable.
Yeah.
And then on the next turn, you can banish it and add any banished ice barrier or ice barrier in your graveyard to your hand. So it's just a free add, so more advantage.
Yeah.
But very good at 1. And that's the ice barrier engine for the deck. I believe 21 cards for the ice barrier engine.
21.
21.
XD 2 chains,
21,
21.
yeah,
you know,
21,
you know what it
21,
is, y'all. For the non-water, so for the non-engine that's still water, we're playing 2 Foolish Burial Goods and 2 Ice Barrier. This is just a add under droll,
Yeah.
might I add you, because it dumps to the graveyard first, then adds.
Yeah.
This is
They can
also how you
bell it,
gain
but they
access
always play
to
bell, yeah.
Adgerine. You gain access to Tidal. You gain access to Georges. You can gain access to Malin Glacia. There's so many different plays that you can get access to through this card that are just very good extension and very good add-ons to the deck. It's also very good in the
yeah.
battle phase against Tenpai.
I
They
was
just
just gonna say, yeah. I was gonna say I played against like that pure water, the legendary ocean deck, and like one time I like attacked. I was like, yo, I'm gonna simplify game state. Attacked and they flipped this, and I was like, what the fuck? It's a battle trap. Yeah, all right.
This card against Fenrir in the battle phase,
Yeah.
very good as
See you
well.
later.
And then you can again just trigger it right after. So if they have anything to chain to it, you can just chain it out the grave too.
Yep.
Which is very, very good.
Spirals.
We do play 1 title. Best card in the deck,
Yeah.
by far.
Where'd you get that at?
Yeah. I believe it was from. God, dude, what's the guy?
Yeah, who is that?
He's this guy that's.
Yeah,
he drinks
can't-
Bud Light.
Yeah,
I
on
think,
YouTube, and he can't use this mat at a regional.
Oh, dude,
by the way.
dude, I heard. Dude,
Yeah,
I did.
yeah, you gotta flip it backwards.
Yeah, dude, you know, but you know those other mats are okay.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
all those
As long as there's
hentai
big
stuff.
tits on this one, but you know, it's fine.
So this is the best card in the deck by
Yeah,
far. Shout out Sunny
100%.
P for the secret.
Yeah, love
awesome,
you. Love
awesome
you,
looking
brother.
card. And it dumps any water monster. It dumps any card. I'm sorry, any monster from the deck.
Yeah. It's just,
Actually, it's
way
any
too
card,
good.
if I'm not mistaken. It is any card.
It is.
Yeah, this card is just no. It's 1 monster. Yeah, it's 1 monster. I apologize. So it is 1 monster from the deck to graveyard. This dumps any of your non-engine cards. This can dump Mirror to get you going with engine, and then of course having the body to bring itself back. It's just that good.
Yeah.
Tidal
Also,
is-
one time I want to say this too. They put Redox in the OTS 25. I still have the hope of all the rulers coming back to 3 just to see what happens with it, at least for 1 format. But we'll see what happens. So
yeah, I think that would be interesting. To
it
say
would
the
be
least.
interesting. I mean, Red Rose is still at 1, so
That's big Sag.
Yeah, Sag.
Then we've got
Sag.
3 Ice Shade Adgerine. This card is the best
Busted.
level 10 extender for
Great
the deck.
reprint,
It's
too.
it's literally Sword Soul Long Yun for any water. And I mean, that's very, very good.
That's all you have to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all you need to say. It spits itself out and then makes a token once per turn, just like Longin. It's water Longin. We play one Maulin Glossia. We play one Nephthibus, and we play the 3 Dragoons.
Yeah.
Because we
Dragoons,
discard
shout
a
out
lot
Bert.
with
Shout out.
Adgerine and
And
with
Cody,
the
too.
Revealer, and through other things in the deck. When you make Coral Dragon, you can discard. You discard for Brionac. I mean, there's so many different discards that's going to trigger this. It's just better advantage to have.
It's just Toad draw 5 and then you
It's
start
also
playing.
it's also Toad if you don't have Speaker. If you have this instead of Speaker, it's still Toad. Bahamut
Rogue.
Toad, which is very, very good. And then of course we just do that to get Maulin Glacia to rip 2.
Yeah.
Pretty standard. We do play 2 Fishboard Harpooner. This card,
Yeah.
I was debating on it, and then I put it in, and it just comes up so much where it's so good.
Yeah, it
Like-
also reminds me of the Salamander from Dark World, but that card's a fire, so it's just worse because they just take it with Hita, but no one's playing the Water Charmer
Big
yet.
facts.
Yet.
And so this is, again, it's another way to get to Bahamut,
Yeah.
because it's a level 4. It's another way to make level 8 synchro plays, and it just specials any water. It's not even level limited. It's just any water monster from your hand, and then you dump this or the water monster to special this. It's either or. So it's really, really flexible, really good. For the rest of the non-engine, we do play 2 Moray. This card, very, very good.
Tell me how good this card is.
Listen. If you just want to,
Chuck was just like,
if you just
bro.
want to get rid of the bricks in your hand, and then draw 3, that's right, draw 3 better cards, I would play Moray of Greed.
And if they don't ash it,
Drawing this with the when you do the draw 4 combo with Coral and Croc, and then you draw
Croc,
into this,
by the way.
this is insane. It's so good. It stacks your hand and it gives you exactly what you need. Then we play a Called By. We do play 2 Talons. This card, very, very good in this deck.
Yeah.
I've considered playing 3. I don't like drawing 2 Talents, so I play 2, even though 3 could possibly be very good too.
How many cards is this deck?
42. And it's
42
all
cards.
gas, no
Yeah.
hand traps. This deck can play first
All
or
gas
second.
is the best way to do it. I think
100%.
personally, but
I tested both ways. When you play hand traps, this is where people online are saying it's prone to bricking.
yeah, and that's why
When you don't play the hand traps, it has performed a lot better, a lot more consistent. You're able to still get to level 10 plays, and if you can get to level 10 plays, you can clear all the boards.
Yeah, and also the
Speaks
like
the
when
truth.
I play like Dragon Link and stuff. Johnny and I tested when I put a bunch of hand traps in and shit, and I was just like, why are my hands so ass? Like I'd just rather have better cards. Like
And then the
all
final
gas,
card's a
yeah,
1
the
for
best
1.
card in the deck. Absolutely.
Again, spits out Hexa for free, and
Yeah.
Hexa's a 1-card starter. So
Mhm.
main deck again is 42. Move to the extra. We play 2 Lancia. This is the best card that they have printed for this deck. Period.
I'm glad I played those, bro.
It's a level 10,
Yeah.
dude. Gee,
Yeah,
it's so
XD,
good.
yeah.
So what it does is it can, if your opponent special summons a monster at any point, you can special summon from anywhere, hand, deck, graveyard, or extra deck,
Yeah.
any
Not
ice
banished
barrier.
though, right?
Not banished, yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Not banished.
It's like the toy engine.
Yeah.
Just not banished. Just not banished.
Yeah, not banished.
Yeah.
But then it can do it twice
Yeah.
per turn. So that's how you spit out both of the floodgates. Also, if it leaves the field by an opponent's card, that is the exact text. If it leaves the field by an opponent's card, you're able to special summon any ice barrier synchro from the extra deck. Meaning you can get Sub-Zero or regular Trish, and it counts as a synchro summon. So it will trigger either of the effects.
Yeah. Like instant fusion, bro.
Yeah,
The
it's so
fusion
it's
summon.
so
Yeah, yeah.
insane. So to follow that, of course, we play Trish 0. When it's synchro summon, it's a non-targeting banish 3 from the field, and if it's destroyed while it's on the field, it can spit out Trish at 33, and then it's a droplet on the board. Very, very good.
Broken.
We play 2 Coral Dragon because this card's actually very good going first and second.
Wow.
So we do play the second one.
I actually
and-
didn't see the second Coral Dragon come.
And,
That's
and,
good.
and
I
if
like
it
that.
leaves the
Yeah.
field, it's not just
Not
it's
too
just if it was a synchro summon card. If it leaves the field, it doesn't have to be used in a
Yeah,
synchro
yeah.
summon. You still get the draw. So a lot of I haven't seen people doing all that necessarily all the time. So we do play the one Brio because we just need another generic non-tuner level 6 target. We do play one Croc. This is the draw 3. This is how you're able to get a quick effect pop on their turn.
Yeah.
This card is good.
Yeah, he does own an ultra copy, by the way.
No, XD.
Yeah.
No, XD. And then, yeah, it's true. Zach has it.
Yeah.
Then we've
Shout
got
out
a
YGOP.
Cheng Yang. Yeah, YGOPD.
Shout
Yep.
out YG.
We do play one
Always.
copy of Cheng Yang.
Yep.
One Ice Jade Adjurine. We play one
Dragite.
Dragite.
That's
and
one of my favorite cards in the extra deck of this deck, to be honest.
Excuse me.
Other than Croc.
The Spell Trap negate is very useful. This card protects your monsters from destruction and being banished. And then if you chain it to a card effect that was activated on the field, it banishes it and all copies of it in the graveyard.
Yeah. Broken.
So from the field and graveyard, should
Yeah.
I say. So very good. So you play a total of 4 level 10 targets because you'll be able to put up 3 in a turn most of the time. Unless you're getting heavily interrupted, in which case you can usually get to 1 or 2. We do play the one Bahamut, the one Toad. We do play the Anemone. This card's great in this deck.
That card's so gross.
It can
dude.
get back the mirror.
Yeah.
It can get back Hexa. It can get back Adjurine because it's 1500.
Yeah, 15.
15. So very, very good. And we also then play the one Aaron.
Yeah.
Just because it's a generic link if you need to get stuff off the field at times. That is the extra deck. That's the deck.
Broken.
The deck is great going first and second against full boards. If you sequence it correctly, you're going to be able to get access to the level 10s.
And we're not playing the runic stuff.
No, we're playing
not,
pure.
Yeah, we're playing pure right now. I think that's probably the best way to go, honestly.
I think if you want to be able to play the deck and play the combos and what it's built to do now, I think, yeah, you need to play it pure. You need to play it with minimal hand traps or no hand traps.
Yeah, correct.
Because being able to have access to the engine is the most important part. If you can get access to engine and enough of it, then it'll naturally play through hand traps and you'll be able just to continue to combo. So I think the deck's really crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's worth definitely picking up. It's very inexpensive right now.
It is.
And I think there's a lot of different things that could be done with it, including hand rips, including synchro spams. There's a lot of, again, water's a very flexible archetype, and for this to be new water support to be this good, I think people should definitely look into it after coming from the Fire Age. So.
Thanks. Brother, appreciate you.
My man, appreciate you having me on.
Thanks for coming on, bro.
Absolutely.
Yo, let me guys know what you guys think, and appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys later. Cheers.